What's up, basketball fans? Welcome to the Warriors Report. It's time to talk about the Toronto Raptors and how Masai Ujiri has discovered the secret formula to winning an NBA championship, as well as why the NBA needs to be wary of the Toronto Raptors. So I'm going to break all of that fun stuff down for you guys in today's video. So if you're ready to watch this video, make sure to hit the like button. Let's try to get this video to 130 likes. It does help get this video out a lot more. And if you want to hit the subscribe button as well, that would be very much appreciated. So with that being said, let's get into today's video. Now, as you guys know, I do like to give out shout outs on my channel. And for today's video, the shout out goes out to Sean Robinson. So Sean, thank you so much for supporting this channel with your likes and comments. It is very much appreciated. Now let's talk about the Raptors. And when we talk about championship building, there's so much more to that than just what we've seen recently with a lot of NBA teams trying to form super teams. Now, it isn't just as simple as signing or trading for 2 or 3 all-star players and throwing them together. We saw that with the LA Lakers, and the Brooklyn Nets are prime examples of that just not working, because there's so much more to an NBA championship than just getting 3 really talented players. Their game has to work together, and also, again, you have to have the right pieces. But let's talk about Masai Ujiri, because obviously there's been some rumors about the Raptors being linked to several players, and one of those players is Donovan Mitchell. Now, the Raptors, as well as several other teams, this was being reported by Shams Charania, that they are shown interest in trading for Donovan Mitchell, the 3-time All-Star. But this is quite interesting because obviously we know the Raptors had been linked to Kevin Durant previously, and it seems like they're still in pursuit of Kevin Durant, even though trade talks between the Brooklyn Nets and the Toronto Raptors seem to be dead at the moment. But why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this for a reason, and one reason only. I'll play this small clip for you guys before I express what I'm talking about. And this was a clip of Masai Ujiri after he had traded for Kawhi Leonard.
Again, and when you get a chance to get a top 5 player, which it doesn't come very often, I think you have to jump on it. And this opportunity came in front of us, and we have to.
Now, there were 2 things highlighted in this video which I wanted to talk about. Opportunity. Masai Ujiri is an opportunistic. We saw this several times, not only with the Kawhi Leonard trade, but no one really talks about the fact that the Raptors tried to trade for star power even before they got Kawhi Leonard. They had tried to trade for Paul George. This was a season before. Again, this article is an older article. This was from January 14, 2019, and that said that the Raptors tried to apparently trade DeMar DeRozan to the Thunder for Paul George again. So it's not one of those things that had just happened with Kawhi Leonard and it worked out. Masai Ujiri understands what it takes to win in this league. You obviously need some star power, and there's a reason why they've been linked to Kevin Durant and now Donovan Mitchell as well. The Raptors have a dire need of scoring. They need that go-to bucket getter, and those 2 players fit the need. Regardless how you may feel about those 2 players, you can't deny the fact that they definitely check off the one major box for the Toronto Raptors, which is just absolutely putting the ball in the basket. And Masai Ujiri, as seen in that video, he's a very opportunistic general manager, executive, whatever you want to call him now, but he is someone that will jump at the opportunity once a player like that becomes available. It isn't every day in the NBA where those kind of guys become available and they have multiple years left on their contract. Now, obviously, when the Raptors did win that championship, they lost Kawhi Leonard. So it's quite amazing that the Raptors are doing this. And obviously, a lot of that credit does go to Masai Ujiri, because the following season, the Raptors had lost Serge Ibaka, Marc Gasol, as well as the following season where they had traded Norman Powell. And that summer, they had gotten rid of Kyle Lowry in a sign and trade to the Miami Heat. But I'm telling you this because there's a lot of similarities between this roster, which we currently have, and one we've seen in the past. The Raptors are being led by 2 veteran guys in Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam, and you can honestly highlight a little bit of similarities between the 2 players that had led the Raptors to several years of consecutive playoffs in Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. Now, I'm not talking about personal as an individual, but obviously DeMar and Pascal are those silent guys that are expected the team to get baskets, whereas Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet are those bulldog mentality point guards that can shoot the 3, that can play well. But again, their individual players are a little bit different in terms of their style of play, but obviously the Raptors' similarities are evident. It's there. And in fact, you could argue that this team is a lot more talented than the one led by these 2 players. The Raptors have quietly, after getting rid of Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol, accidentally failed that entire Tampa season. And in return, they got a really nice draft pick in Scottie Barnes. And they obviously have some really attractive pieces. If the Raptors do decide to trade for a star player, they have players in a nice mix where they have guys that have a little bit of experience under their belt in the NBA and can contribute to a team if they were to trade for these players right away, as well as a really nice player in Precious Achiuwa. Again, I'm not suggesting that the Raptors trade any of these guys, but there's a really good combination of a mix of guys the Raptors could throw in a trade package if they do look to trade for a star player. And they also have some really nice bench pieces in Chris Boucher and Thaddeus Young who could be salary fillers as well. So Masai Ujiri has really just put these pieces in place. I don't want to say he's playing chess because it's quite evident what he's doing. He has two guys in Pascal and Fred VanVleet, obviously surrounded by really talented guys like Scotty Barnes, OG Anunoby, and Gary Trent Jr., but he could easily package Gary Trent Jr., Fred VanVleet, or even Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby for a star player and just really accelerate that retooling process, if you want to call it. There's a reason why he wanted these young, talented players on his team. And although we may not have understood that when the trade of Norman Powell had originally happened, I personally wasn't too excited about it. And obviously, Precious Achiuwa was a nice return as well. He has a good veteran mix with young players as well as really inexperienced talent that you could throw in a trade. Obviously, I wouldn't trade Scotty Barnes, but the Raptors do have a good mix of players they can definitely put in a trade and acquire a superstar player. And that's not even to mention their first round picks they have as well as their second round picks, which they can throw in a trade. So this is an exciting time to be an NBA fan. This is a really exciting time to be a Raptors fan, and I think the Raptors have figured this out. Masai Ujiri has definitely figured it out because he's built this roster that way to make it very attractive. If he needs to trade for a star player, which it seems like he is really fixated on, and I wouldn't put it past the Raptors to even trade for a star player before the end of next season. I think the Raptors are there. I know they're viewed as a retooling team, but they can easily win a championship if they were to acquire the right pieces as well as a star player. Maybe Kevin Durant, we'll see. Even though the Raptors and the Kevin Durant situation has kind of died down, and we've obviously heard about the Brooklyn Nets being linked to the Celtics in terms of trade talks, we'll see what happens. I truly believe the Raptors have the right pieces, and I think Masai Ujiri will make a move sooner rather than later. But I am excited to see what happens during not only this offseason as well as next season, but I do want to hear your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, guys, I do have a trivia question for you today. And that trivia question is, which of these players were drafted before DeMar DeRozan in the 2009 NBA draft? Was it A, Jordan Hill? Was it B, Brandon Jennings? Was it C, Ty Lawson? Or was it D, Drew Holiday? So whoever answers this trivia question correctly first in the comment section gets a shout out in my next video. So I just want to thank you guys for all of your support, to your likes and comments. So make sure to leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Do you think the Raptors should make a trade for not only those two players, regardless of how you feel about them? I think it's the inevitable that Masai Ujiri will ultimately make a trade, but I do want to hear your thoughts as well, guys. So let me know down in the comment section below, and that will be it for today's video, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have yourselves a great day.